The following is a fan-based discussion. All materials discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, and Saban Entertainment.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Tokucast Q&A.
Yep.
For our 1600, 1700, almost 1700 subscribers.
We are bad at counting.
Well, this time is just because our schedules were not matching up at all for once, which is a thing. But we're finally getting it out a month after we announced it, but we're finally getting it out. We have our questions ready. Do we want to start with... Why don't we go back and forth? Let's start with some actual YouTube comments.
Okay, our first question from the YouTube comments comes from The Governor, who asks, how did the Gokaigers get their Ranger keys back after the season finale?
That's called Super Sentai bullshit.
Yeah, that's called Deus Ex Machina.
Also known as Toei bullshit.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, hey, we're just going to ignore the ending.
Yeah.
That's basically
we got
Not
nothing.
a great explanation, but
we got
that's
nothing. Nah, let's do a couple more since I'm sure there's much more.
Okay, and if I butcher anyone's names, I apologize. Blackwing2040 asks, what is the best part about being a fan of Tokusatsu?
Just the amount of shit you get to watch.
The amount of shit you get to watch.
There's a lot of good stuff.
The amount of shit you get to watch, and the always great, pleasantly surprised at some shows that look really stupid, but aren't. Also, like Gaim.
The conversations you get to have with the community. Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially now that we've started this channel.
And now we have a community.
Yeah.
It's
great.
All right. I have Rayvon Cooper.
Is this
at
Twitter?
Twitter, at Mr. Cooper92. What are the best shows to have a drinking game for?
Do not say Ryuki, you'll die.
No, I am going to say Ryuki is a good one.
Ryuki is a good one with the right set of rules. But with the wrong set of rules, you'll kill yourself.
Every time someone says either Taos or Tataka, you suggested this one during the review.
Drink milk.
Drink milk, and the first one who throws up loses.
You'll.
What's another good one?
O's, I would say.
What's that?
Every time, what's her name, uses her unexplained...
Hina.
Yeah, he uses her unexplained amount of strength, drink. Every time Edgy mentions having tomorrow's underwear, drink.
Mm.
I would say one for Mebius. Every single time he's saying Mebius.
Okay.
All right.
Or Gokaiger Decade every time they transform into somebody else.
Dead.
Oh, God. I miss you. That last episode, I miss you already.
Who's next?
Next is from Patty Murphy. Worst Super Sentai season turned into a great season of Power Rangers, and I added vice versa.
Go on to
RPM.
Go on to the RPM. I think...
and then vice versa, Shinkenger to Samurai.
Well, Samurai Shinkenger. Or whatever.
Yeah. Great Sentai, terrible Power Rangers. Megaforce, Super Megaforce.
I'm going to say Megaforce and Super Megaforce especially, I would say. Great season of Super Sentai. Terrible Power Ranger season. But one for the good... I would actually throw Wild Force in there.
Turned a bad Sentai season to a good Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, I know I didn't say anything during the review, but
the in comparison.
that.
I have...
I think Wild Force is a better show.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, since Quizzy1025, are any of you guys reading the current Power Rangers comics from Boom?
I think somebody asked this.
I have that on the
YouTube?
On YouTube as well.
Cool. I think it might be the same guy.
No.
I am not. I would love to read the Power Rangers Justice League crossover.
I
would love to
technically don't.
I would love to read and do a review of that.
I technically don't, but I follow Comicstorian on YouTube, and I watch all of his Power Ranger comic videos when they come out.
Does not count.
I think...
Does not count.
I'm just saying, it doesn't count as actually reading the comics, but I go out of my way to watch the videos.
But the next question.
Alright, let's give a couple more. Since there's more on YouTube.
Okay, Patty Murphy also asks, should the West adapt more Toku? I think so.
If done right.
Yeah, we don't want to know.
Well, I mean, if done right, of course, but should they do it more? I say, yeah, sure, why not?
We do not want another Mass Rider situation.
Mm.
Or the 4K dub of Ultraman Tiga.
We're going to go off of that for the next question. Even though Kamen Rider Black RX isn't the best, can't we all agree it's definitely better than its American adaptation?
Oh, of course.
Been a while since I've seen Masked Rider, so who knows?
Don't do it.
RX was pretty bad though.
Yeah, Ferbus. Next question.
Renee Scott, favorite story arc in Kamen Rider or Super Sentai?
Mazinda's. in live match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
The when the Hurricaneger story in Gokaiger.
Yeah,
I really like that one.
Well, Matt, do you have one for Super Sentai?
Mazinda, it's hard to beat Mazinda.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty goddamn great. Anything involving Bosco and Gokaiger. Booba.
Rest in peace.
For
Kamen Rider.
For Kamen Rider.
Hase.
No.
Nah, joke.
But the end of Gaim, I would say.
The end of Gaim was
the final arc in Gaim.
With Baron versus Gaim and
It's
everything.
personal
that
favorite.
Fight was just a little bit too underwhelming for me.
But as far as the story arc goes,
I'll give you that. It was a good build-up and story. Mach versus his father in Drive.
That was a good one. I'm going to say the final arc in Blade.
All right. Let's see.
Got another one?
Yes. From I can't pronounce this name. Firdaus Roslin. I apologize in advance. Favorite Toku actor with reason and any logic in Tokusatsu that you guys dislike.
Have you met Kenji Oba?
Kenji Oba's a favorite of ours.
Our Lord and Savior Kenji Oba, the Toku Lord and Savior.
I love Kenji Oba. Now Nagasawa. We're big fans of her.
Mm-hmm.
Keiichi Wada.
Keiichi Wada's amazing.
I can't remember her
Hiroshi
name.
Yamauchi.
Also amazing.
I can't remember her name. The girl who plays Peach in Gaim.
Ew.
Oh.
She was also in W.
I'm gonna.
Was she?
Yes.
But she just got announced a sequel.
Yeah, that happened.
Oddly enough. But yeah, her. She's great.
Peach is great. She's
dim
legs though.
Oh yeah.
Dim legs and dim fucking with our roommate in college.
Okay. What is
Minami Sui.
Yes, Minami.
All right. What's gonna?
She's really good.
Get another.
But
question.
reasons why.
Oh yeah. Reasons why Kenji Oba's in everything and he's
in everything. He's a really charismatic dude.
Yep.
He's just so much fun to watch.
We can say the same thing about Keiichi Wada.
Yes,
and
Keiichi Wada as well.
Miyauchi.
Now Nagasawa is gorgeous. She's a really good actress.
Miyauchi.
She's very talented.
Hiroshi's great.
Hiroshi's great.
And then the second part of that question was any logic in Tokusatsu that you guys dislike?
Well, like we talked about earlier with the Gokaigers just getting their powers back.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Inconsistencies and things like that.
Inconsistency is always my thing. I hate it.
Inconsistencies, and sometimes when people are just stupid and you know they're not stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know if anybody in our community watches this. I recently binged Riverdale. And there's a scene where one of the characters is searching another character's car and finds a gun. And there's this whole murder investigation. Then she takes the gun home with her and hides it in her dresser. What? Shit like that bothers me.
Yeah, characters in Toku will do that too.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's a fair comparison.
Next question.
Let's see. Next one comes from Hi-Ho, who asks, do we prefer Kamen Rider or Super Sentai?
Kamen Rider.
I like both.
I don't know why. I think I just like Kamen Rider looks better.
Ultraman.
Yeah, you
at the moment.
covered all the bases.
but out of the two, probably Kamen Rider for me.
If you could write a Toku season, Sentai or Rider, what theme would you go for?
Who is this from?
This is from... You want to try it?
Which one is it? I call Rosalie?
Yeah.
I hope I said that right.
Said it better than I would have.
So what, if we could write a Toku season, what would the theme be?
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about this a little bit before in the Toku, and I think this was the first episode of Toku Talk, themes that we wanted to see.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about a ninja-themed Kamen Rider.
I want it.
We want that really bad.
Give me.
Zakross doesn't count.
Do it.
Do it.
Just do it. I think that's something that we can all agree on.
Ninja-themed Kamen Rider.
Give me.
I want an ocean-themed Super Sentai or Kamen Rider.
I would like a Western, a more Western Knight kind of theme Super Sentai or Western Warrior.
So you mean Power Rangers?
Well, I mean like
the Mystic Knights of Tyrannog.
But like the Red Ranger could be an English knight. One of the Rangers could be...
We've talked about this...
Essentially...
Deadliest Warrior.
Like Deadliest Warrior kind of thing. Kind of like what Battle Fever wanted to be, but now with a bigger budget. And
one could be a henshin mercenary, one is a samurai, one is a Viking, one is a knight.
For a much more in-depth answer of this question, go watch our first Toku Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you next.
Okay.
Give me a goddamn Ninja Runner. Do it fucking right now.
Jesus.
Violetta Duta. What is our favorite gimmick?
I don't pay attention to gimmicks. I don't really like them that much.
I really like the color swapping in Tokuger. I like that one.
The problem is it really doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything, but it changes their weapons. It changes how they fight.
And
it switches things up a little bit. Lock seeds.
To me, it switches tracks.
That too.
Lock seeds were cool because they sounded stupid on paper, and then because it was a pleasant surprise.
The keys were.
And I love the Ranger keys.
Ranger keys, I think, is my favorite gimmick.
Love that too.
Next question.
Yeah.
Going.
Let's see. From Joseph Gonzalez. My question is, these have been from Facebook, by the way.
Okay.
My question is, has Saban gotten the go-ahead to make another Sentai series into Power Rangers? Do you think that they would have been as popular as they did with Mighty Morphin?
Ooh, no.
Mighty Morphin was just the perfect time.
At the right time.
It was lightning in a bottle.
It was lightning in a bottle. It was the perfect time to do something like that. Now, but because nowadays everybody's doing that, and nowadays there is that formula of Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, they will never be as good as Mighty Morphin, but it can be as good as the first season of Dino Charge.
Next question!
Alright, this comes from Hayden Spring. Is Toku pitch still happening?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. We have just not been able to find the time
Toku,
to record
like, I've written the script, it's all done, it's just
It's going to take a while to actually record.
It's just time and scheduling is a problem.
Because we work full-time jobs. I'm trying to plan a wedding. I just adopted another dog. I'm
working on moving.
We're bad at stuff.
Yeah.
Next question!
Also, yeah, you have to keep in mind, though, that this isn't our primary job.
No matter how much I want it to be.
No matter how much we want it to be,
this is a side thing that we are doing, essentially for fun.
And I am astounded we've never missed a video deadline in over a year.
Because I'm damn good at this shit.
Knocking on wood.
Next question.
Not real. I don't care. Next question. My turn?
Yeah.
Because I've only got a couple more.
Okay.
Let's see. This is from, I'm going to say Teamer Eric. Not sure if this was asked already, but I wanted to know, since I'm trying to get into Sentai and Writer Toku series, like Garo and Ultraman, which shows should I start with first? The beginning or another show where I don't have to worry about watching the previous show?
The best thing about Writer and Sentai is the fact that
and Ultraman too.
Yeah.
Well, no, not so much Ultraman.
Well,
it
depends on the show.
Yeah. A lot of them are connected. I mean,
Yeah.
the only ones that we have for Sentai are Denziman and Sun Vulcan.
Mm-hmm.
But only Sun Vulcan has been subbed out of those two. But everything else is basically just standard.
But he's trying to get into more shows outside of Rider and Sentai.
For Ultraman, it really ends up depending on what show you start. You can't start with Dyna. You have to start with Tiga because Tiga is the prequel to Dyna.
Yeah.
You can't really...
And unfortunately, with Garo, you kind of have to start from the
beginning. You could start with Nexus.
Because
Nexus is not connected to anything else.
Directly. Now with Garo, you have to start from the beginning. Unfortunately, but here's the thing: recommend it because season 1 is actually one of the better seasons.
Yeah,
you can do the anime without having to watch anything else.
But don't.
The first season of the anime.
The first
is
season
okay. Don't do the second season.
The second season is shit awful.
But well, we might review it at some point. So.
No,
it is on the schedule.
Not the second one.
Not the second season.
First season.
Because I watched one episode of the second season and went get the show.
I watched 3 and wanted to stab everything.
All right, next question.
It'll be fun to review then. Eddie Madison, do you think Tokusatsu deserves more attention than anime? I like this question.
Ooh,
I want them to be on par because a whole bunch of things that you end up seeing in Toku have either come from anime or
vice versa,
anime
or it influenced the other way
Samurai
around.
Flamenco is a great example of this.
Yes, that's actually the biggest example of this in most recent memory.
Which is probably why that question got asked.
I love that
show.
I feel like, does it deserve as much? I don't think it ever will.
I don't know that it deserves...
Because it's easier to make... I feel like... I'm going to get all the hate for this. I feel like it might be easier to make anime than it is to make a Toku.
Well...
To a degree.
Well, here's the thing. you're not dealing with live action. You're not dealing with as much effects. You're not dealing with CGI on the level that these things are dealing with and blending them with live action elements. Mm-hmm. So I understand where you're coming from. But do I think it deserves more attention than... I think it deserves... As much, I think, is a good one.
At most, on par. Because we also love anime.
Yes. All three of us do.
All three of us love anime.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Yuri on Ice, the best thing.
I like Haikyuu. It's one of my favorites right now.
I just finished Attack on Titan Season 2.
Yay.
It annoyed the hell out of me.
And I watched the trailer for the Netflix Death Note movie. I have words about that.
So sorry.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. I have words about that. I have words about that, and then none of it's about the trailer. It's about the comments on the trailer, but that's not what this channel's for.
Next
Fair
question.
enough.
I got one more on Facebook if you just want me to...
Let's do it.
This is from Jeff Coury. Sorry. Coury. Corey. He has a few questions, but they all pertain to the same thing. What do we hope of the 50th season of Sentai?
I hope it happens.
It's going to happen. I don't think that's a... But do we want them to change and transform like Gokaiger in some way? Or do you want them to be totally different? I want them to be totally different.
I want them to be totally different.
Yeah.
Because...
The Gokaiger worked for what it was. Don't copy that.
Yeah, like Gokaiger worked. Bokenger worked, where they end up having more allusions to past seasons. Like the monsters look like past, mechs and everything like that. Don't do it so much like Zoologger, where you end up having, the Gokaiger special, but then they really didn't do anything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I feel like they wouldn't do that because the 50th anniversary is going to be a bigger deal.
That's the gold anniversary, so...
To be fair, we're going to end up running into a Kamen Rider first, so...
True.
Wonder how they're going to do it.
Now, here's the question. Are they going to do it as the 50th or are they going to do it as the 20th in Heisei?
They're probably going to do it as 20th in Heisei and just do it Decade Part 2. He'll come back. You know he will.
Damn it. By the way, somebody on our fucking Facebook asked who should sit on the Iron Throne in Game of Thrones, and I had to give them because I know them.
Next question.
That's all I got.
Our next question comes from the YouTube comments. This is from Uncle Brian81, who says our videos really cheer him up.
Yay!
I want to start by saying, glad they do.
Yay!
Thanks for watching.
Yay!
His question: why does Marcus have a thing against helmets with lips on them?
Let me
educate you. I saw this question.
Real motherfucking quick. They look fucking awful. I don't want to see lips staring at... These are the problems I have with Q Ranger suits. Battle Fever is the worst because they also have noses. Anything with lips on it. Why are you looking like you're just stuck? It's so weird when they speak and nothing comes out. They're just like, hey, I'm talking this entire time, but my lips aren't moving. It's a good thing I'm a fucking ventriloquist. Let's go ahead and just make that stop right here. I hate fucking lips. They just look weird, and I don't like them.
I like them on Q Ranger.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Next question.
You too.
But yeah, I'm really glad that our videos cheer you up.
Hope that cheered you up.
That's a really nice thing to hear.
Hope that whole thing cheered you up. That was fun.
Padera Asterisk, do we collect any Toku merchandise?
These are old ads.
You see it before you.
I went nuts at Katsucon one year. The year I went to Katsucon after I got into Kamen Rider, Gaim was airing at the time.
Yep.
This was a Christmas present because one of my family members thought our wall looked boring.
Not anymore.
And I also, have a couple wizard rings that we don't know where to put them.
Maybe at some point in the future, I'll get some of the SIC figure arts. I
have a W one.
The SIC ones. Those are the ones that are super detailed.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
They're also really expensive.
They are, but I want it.
Yeah, you have fun with that. I can't afford that kind of shit.
I don't think anybody can.
Next question.
Also from Badera to Asterisk, will we review Samurai Flamenco?
Maybe.
Is it on the schedule at the moment?
No.
It's not at the moment, but things are subject to change. We might at some. We've talked about it before. We might. I wouldn't mind. It's a good show.
We also talked about reviewing Mars of Destruction just for the sake of killing ourselves.
That's going to happen at some point.
Next question.
It would just be funny to do.
She didn't make it.
Crab Stomp, have we ever introduced anyone to Tokusatsu, and if so, did they like it? Yeah, yes. They introduced me to it.
He introduced me, we introduced him, I introduced it to a couple of friends of mine, one of which is now buying the Sentai DVDs every time they come out.
Oh, wow.
I introduced it to a couple of our college roommates, Gaim.
Oh, yeah. They fucking loved Gaim, and they never liked any kind of thing Tokusatsu. They don't like live action, period. They watch anime all day every day.
We also did watch Gokaiger. That one. And Die Ranger too.
Die Ranger.
I've told a few people about it, and I've told them what it is, but I don't know if they've ever watched it.
I gave a friend of mine files of Kamen. I don't think he ever got around to watching it because he's very busy, being obsessed with Pokemon.
Next question.
This is also from Crab Stomp. If a Toku movie was released in theaters, would we see it, and what's one that we would like to see on the big screen?
We would probably see it.
I like this question a lot. If it was released in theaters, would I see it? Yes. Absolutely, I would.
Hold on, this is like, just make sure this is like a new thing, like a new Toku that's being released in theaters or something we've already maybe seen, just to see it in the theater.
Both.
If it's new, I don't think we have a choice anymore. We're going to have to see it and then review it.
Because Funimation has done this a couple times. They've taken they've done it with anime. They did it with the last Godzilla movie, which I saw. They did it with the Attack on Titan live action movies, which I also saw in the theater.
In regards to what movie would work,
but movies that I would like to see on the big screen, I would love to see the 199 Heroes movie.
That would be great to see in theaters.
Oh my gosh!
I would also really like to see the XA Ghost movie in theaters.
Really?
That was a really good movie. I like that one.
Surprising.
That was a good movie.
I would love to see that. I would love to see, because they're terrible and I love them so much, Superhero Tyson.
Get out.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Fan service.
Those movies, those are like they are my biggest guilty pleasures when it comes to Toku. Kieran Dale asks, if you made your own Toku show, what would it be about and why?
I think we just did that one.
Yeah, we did the theme. We didn't say what it would be about.
Oh, that's right. Sorry if these are kind of similar. I didn't know about the ones he was going to ask.
I really can't. I'm not great at writing. I'm not a good writer. That's why planning Toku pitch took so goddamn long.
Yeah.
So we're just.
I wrote it.
Well, you wrote the script, and I'm talking about our actual pitch part.
All right, fine.
But love your question. I really want to have an answer for it. If they want to go ahead, y'all go ahead. I got nothing.
I don't really have much fun either.
Sorry.
We'll come back.
Yeah, sorry.
Next question.
Something like Steven
Universe. We kind of already answered that one too.
Something that kind of really explores the actual characters. Something like Steven Universe.
I don't watch that show, so
it's a great show.
Neither do I, but I know he won't shut up about it. Moving on.
Fair enough. Before I get to the next one, I want to say, if I don't answer your question from the comments in this video, it's probably because they might have been asked by someone in our last video. So don't feel bad if I missed you. It might have been asked by someone else in the last one. So go and check that one out after you're done with this.
Plugs.
This is a little more for you and me, Marcus. How do we Q Cosmos? How do we feel about Ultraman and our hope for it? So far, I love it.
I'm very afraid.
We've so far watched Nexus and Mibius, and I love both of these shows.
And we're about to watch Tika.
I'm
very excited for that.
My back was gonna break.
The way that, because I've watched some of the other ones, like I've watched parts of Ginga, watched parts of X.
You watched Orb.
Watched some Orb, and Geed's about to come out. So I'm a little bit afraid of how toyetic it has gotten. Because you remember Mebius and Nexus were just not.
They were not at all.
So I'm a little bit afraid of exactly how, toy has just become the thing.
Toys.
By the toys.
Yeah, it's like I much more prefer.
Tell your parents
like something like Mebius.
They don't love you if you don't buy our toys.
Something like Mebius or Nexus or Tiga. I've seen clips of Tiga and I'm just like, I can't wait.
Honestly, one of my biggest hopes is just that they're still good.
Yeah, I hope
because they have been built up a lot with these past two. These past two have been just so good. So I really just hope they're good. Kyo Cosmos also asks, what do we think of Lucky right now?
He's gotten better.
He's taken a few Ritalin. He's gotten better.
As soon as he calms the fuck down.
I haven't been keeping up with Q Ranger, so.
There was one episode he only said Yosha Lucky once.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that. I was looking forward to another one. I'm sitting here like, ah!
You were looking forward to another one?
No, I was dreading it.
Anyway.
I was looking forward to Dodge. Next question.
One of our oldest viewers, Hammermeister 1999.
Woo! Hammermeister!
What's your opinion on well-written fanfiction, and do you believe it even exists?
I don't read fanfiction.
I don't read fanfiction.
Sorry, man.
Well, he asked because he is working on a Go Busters adaptation. Do I believe it exists?
Absolutely.
Yes, because if you're good at writing...
If you're good at writing,
you can make it fanfiction. If you have creative ideas, then yeah, it absolutely exists.
That's why.
What is my opinion on well-written fanfiction? Well, if it's well-written and it's about something that I'm interested in, I'll give it a read.
Exactly. I'm not a big reader. I don't have unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of time to sit and read something. But fanfiction absolutely can be good. There's no reason why it can't be good. That's why fucking reboots work.
It gets kind of a bad rap. I understand why.
It has a bad stereotype. Like, it has a very sexual stereotype.
Among other things.
Yeah.
Sexual and very badly written are the stereotypes. But if it's good,
if you're a good writer, there's no reason you can't write a good fanfiction.
You gotta remember, 50 Shades of Grey came about as a bad fanfiction of a Twilight thing.
Yeah, and I'm still saying it's a bad fanfiction. Moving on. Next question.
Super Samurai 1. Hopes and expectations for Kamen Rider build.
First off, I'm sorry, don't like your name.
Yeah.
Like, why?
You destroyed yourself.
Second,
but
just the way I went.
It reminds you of a terrible Power Ranger season.
Yes. Anyway,
I'm hoping that it's just as good as XA.
I am going into this the same way I am went into Q Ranger. Cautiously optimistic. Everything I've heard sounds good, but I'm not gonna expect good.
Especially because we don't have a cast yet.
That too.
Writing cast.
The last time I expected good, I got Ghost.
The biggest, and we haven't released our Kamen Rider build rumor cast.
Yeah, we did record that. Nothing came out yet, has it? No. Good.
The most worrying thing, well, he has a crank apparently on his belt, but the most worrying thing about this, and we had the same problem as we said in that video going into Drive, is the fact that it's coming after something so good. So we're wondering how it's going.
It's got big shoes to fill, and a lot of times they usually fall short. Drive did okay, but we talked about that in the other video that we will
eventually.
Yep.
Next
question.
Sally Sussman, one of our longtime viewers.
Woo.
What are the worst transformation devices for either Kamen Rider or Super Sentai?
Oh, good God.
I can tell you one of the best is.
That's not the question.
I know, but I'll do it anyway.
Okay.
The tuning fork that Hibiki has.
That's a good one.
No, that's a good one.
But the worst, I really don't like Ghost Belt.
Yeah.
It's too bulky.
It's bulky and it's boring looking.
I don't like. A lot of people love Ghost. If you like it, again, you're not wrong. It's just we don't like it.
We think you're wrong.
No, you two think you're wrong.
Fair enough. Ghost Belt's pretty bad. I'm not a fan of the Tokucast changer.
I like that one.
I'm okay with that one.
It's a bit bulky for a wrist one.
Yeah. One of the early... It's either like Goggle
this
5...
fucking tall.
It's either like Goggle 5 or Denzi Man or Jack. Jack is a whole different thing.
Oh, Jakku. Yeah, that's the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Jakku's the worst.
Jakku.
How can we forget Jakku?
I'm henshining.
I don't like the rings that I think it's Denzi
Still
Man.
henshining.
See, the Denzi Man or Goggle 5, they have rings. I don't really like it.
Ow.
But the Jakku ones are just like, stop.
Jesus. All right.
Go back to doing a spin.
What's next?
1 second.
You had to Google something.
The picture's too small. Anywho.
Next question.
Next question.
I'm working on it. All right. Tamir Muhammad, have we ever made up our own Power Rangers?
Nope.
Yeah.
I have not.
When I was a kid.
I used to pretend to be one, but...
when I was a kid...
Well, that's what I assumed he meant, like, when we were kids. But no, I never have. I used to pretend I was one all the time when I played around in the backyard.
I did that, too. When I got bored of that, I made up my own.
But I never made up my
own. Some were
own.
crossovers.
Oh, nice. Like what?
Zoids.
Oh.
They were the Zords. I thought that would work. But
that actually is kind of cool.
Yes!
That's not a bad idea.
All right. Was there a second question?
They had a few more. Sally Sussman also asked, can Marcus do all the ranks?
Yes. Next. Will we ever...
There was one that you really wanted to do that you brought up in the Ryuki review.
We sure did.
Yeah.
So
we'll get there. And will we ever review Akiba Ranger?
Yes. Will we?
Yes.
Yes.
Again, for those who don't know, we do have a review schedule now.
We will have to amend it because we still had to add 2 shows on it. But
what shows are those?
Cosmos, Ultraman Cosmos, which is 63 episodes.
Jesus.
And Amazon Season 2.
And we're not only going to
review
Akiba
Ranger. Both seasons are on there, so
and Kanpai Senshi After V, which they will review because I don't like it.
Oh god, I can't wait.
Love it. It's a good show to watch while drinking. So
our last show is from Afam Yugoth.
Our last show.
comment.
Question. Who is the best Super Sentai waifu?
I don't give a shit.
You sure it's not Balance and Naga?
Yeah, your personal favorites right now are Balance and Naga.
Yeah, Naga's best husbando, so there's that.
I don't have waifu.
You got one in real life.
Exactly. I don't do waifus.
I don't either, but if I had to pick one, Blue Dolphin.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait, what?
Blue Dolphin from
I was going to say Hurricane Blue, which is also Blue Dolphin.
Her too. Anyway. Those have been our questions that we've gotten. Thank you guys so much for all the questions. We really appreciate it. Oh, I think that somebody asked, where do we live? Or, like, what area are we located in?
We live in the States, sir.
We live in Virginia.
We do.
We don't go... He doesn't like going too personal, so we're just going to say Virginia. Because I was looking at some of the people who sent a question on Facebook. We have people from Ohio and all over the place.
Nice. Thailand...
in the Philippines.
Yep. Thanks
for all the Changeman views, Jesus. But yeah, we live in Virginia. But thank you again so much for all your questions. We really do like doing these because we like to talk to you guys, and we really don't get a chance to do that a lot.
Mm-hmm. And we still had to plan something for 2000. Maybe that'll be when Tokucast comes out.
At this rate,
probably.
Maybe.
Show us to your friends. Have them subscribe to us. The closer we get to 2,000,
have them follow us on Twitter. We're 5 away from 100.
We'll be more incentivized to do Toku Pitch. Maybe we reach 2,000. I don't know. Maybe we'll just hold something hostage. I don't know.
I want to do Toku Pitch because we've wasted so much fucking time.
We've been on the pot with this one for so long.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.